Shakur Stevenson versus Oscar Valdez. Now, I really expected this to be a good fight. I thought Stevenson would win and pretty comfortably, but Oscar would have his moments and would be a real test for Shakur. But in reality, Stevenson could have had a cigar on from about the 6th round. It was that one-sided. Now, I have to say I respect anyone who gets through those ropes, and this is not a diss on Valdez. But what was Valdez's game plan? To go in and use a high guard, a mainly static high guard, against a fighter as versatile as Shakur Stevenson. It isn't going to work. You're going to get picked apart all night long. What Shaq's going to do is going to put out that jab, probing jab, find his distance, his range, and you're not going to do anything. So why would you go in and use exclusively a high static guard? If you are going to use the high guard, use it sparingly. You have to move your head and your hands at the same time. So you have the high guard up and you move your head to the left, you move your head to the right, you step back, you make yourself a moving target. Now, to be fair, there were times that Valdez did change levels, but he was too far out of range. It wasn't going to make any difference. He was too far out of range. Now, again, I wouldn't use the high guard, but if you are going to use it, you have to be able to punch from that high guard, like the Masters, Winky Wright, Arthur Abraham. You don't give a tell. You don't drop your hands every time you're going to punch. Also, if you have a fight coming up with Shakur Stevenson, you know that first of all, you're going to have to work on your movement. You're going to have great footwork. You know, that's what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to be light on your feet. You're going to have to be able to move in and out of range through the whole fight. Shakur Stevenson loves to circle out to his right, so make him circle out to his left. Watch Oscar's lead foot all through the fight. It's plodding forward, heel first, comes into range, tries to get into range by stepping in with his heel first. So you know, to get any power into that shot, to the shot that's going to come, you have to complete the step. So it's another early warning for Shakur Stevenson to step back, because he knows every time Valdez is going to throw. To use an old cliche, an old boxing cliche, this is chess, not checkers. You have to have plan A, B, C, D, and you have to mix them up. You have to present a fighter with Shakur Stevenson's boxing IQ with constant problems. If you're going to present him with the same look, round after round, he's just going to pick you apart. When you're faced with an opponent like Shakur Stevenson, what I would have said to Valdez is come out and engage that lead hand. So Valdez's left is engaging Shakur's right hand, his lead hand. And you just get a chance to ease your way into the fight. And you stop Shakur from immediately finding his range, his distance, his timing, because you're constantly putting him off. You're not letting him get into range. So it's a good tactic, and it's, like I said, a great way to ease your way into the fight. But none of this happened, and it's going to take a fighter with a pretty high boxing IQ to give Stevenson some trouble. Thank you for listening.